13 on Your Sidelines, sponsored by Davenport University. Get where the world is going.
You can be louder than that. Come on. There you go. Nice. All right. Is there anywhere else you would rather be on a September Friday night? Somehow it's week 3 already. We're flying through this thing. You know the drill. This is 13 on Your Sidelines. I'm Jacob Seuss, and we have another action-packed show prepared for you. But before we roll those highlights, we have some of our guests to introduce you to. Please welcome the cheerleaders from Fruitport High School. All right, let's get right into the action. Holland Christian. They face off every year in the Tulip City Throwdown. It's been fairly lopsided as far as rivalries go. Holland Christian, winners of 16 of 18 meetings between these two teams. But it's a new season. In tonight's 13 on Your Sidelines game of the week, these two square off for the first time ever as undefeated teams. It's also the first time Holland has been 2-0 since 2018. What a start to the year for them, but what a first quarter for the Maroons. They have the ball at the 44, and it's Isaiah Myerd who runs around the outside down the left sideline. He's gone, make it 7-0. But Holland would take over, and they would answer on the 25. Eli Walters gets the snap. He's going to scramble, throws it downfield, and he finds Galloway Finn, who takes it all the way to the house, throwing haymakers early on. It was 7-all. We stay in the first quarter. Now Holland Christian is going to have an answer, and who else but Myerd. 75 yards, almost untouched. What a game for him. The ref can barely keep up. Now it was 14-7 for the road team. But back and forth we go in the second quarter, but it's Holland Christian again looking to make it a 21-7 game. Griffin Liu throws the ball between 3 defenders. William Grant makes the catch. It was 27-7 for the road team, headed almost at the break. But Holland, they have an answer. Walters, he's going to find Galloway, make it 27-14. So the Dutch not out of it quite yet. But once we get into the third, things would go wrong for Holland. Pass intercepted here by Grant. He had a touchdown on offense and defense, 34-14. And in the fourth, well, Colin Christian would put this game on ice. Ball knocked out, recovered in the end zone. Wyatt Shook. Holland Christian keeps the good times going in this rivalry. They take it over Holland 40-21.
Coach Elziga did a phenomenal job with our defense. Our kids played hard. I feel like we had some dumb penalties where you're hitting the quarterback a bit late, or we just give up. We got caught covering grass, and they're twitchy and fast, and all of a sudden that ball's in the air, and we play so many teams where it's just downhill, and their coach does a great job scheming them up.
3-0 for the Maroons. Tonight also marked the beginning of league play out in the OK Red, one of the toughest conferences here in Michigan. As you take a look at the standings, you'll notice 4 OK Red teams, 2-0 coming into tonight. But by the end of the evening, only 2 would remain undefeated. We're going to start with 2-0 Caledonia traveling to 2-0 Hudsonville. We jump to the third. Eagles with a 21-6 lead. First Hudsonville drive out of the break. Knock it on the door, and Brady Van Lake, what a night, in for the 15-yard score. A little spin move there. Eagles had a 3-score lead. Caledonia looking to get anything going. The Eagles defense shut down. Nice tackle by number 4 there, and that's a loss of 3. We go next drive for the Eagles. It's 3rd and 8 in the red zone again. Van Lake strikes again, gets the first down and a whole lot more. 20-yard rushing score in his second drive is as many. And this game getting a bit out of reach. It was 35-6 for the home team. Hudsonville able to get some depth players in for the fourth quarter. Offense puts up 3 more. Dominant second half for the Eagles, who move to 3-0 with the victory. So as we move on here, we're going to talk about another battle of undefeated teams going head-to-head. That's Jennison and East Kentwood. Our producer Matt Gard was there, and Matt joins us in the newsroom with the highlights from that one.
Jacob, the Wildcats are off to their first 2-0 start since 2007. Meanwhile, EK outscored its first 2 opponents 86-22, just dominating. We start off with MVP of the week, Brody Scheidemann. Really nice 37-yard carry here, but the drive would stall on a blocked field goal later in the first. Falcons ball. MSU commit Cade Kaufman finds Kendrick Mayhew. Nice gain. They're down near the red zone. Same drive. Second quarter now. EK hands to Nasir Williams. He's in for the touchdown. That makes it 7-0 Falcons. But Jennison would answer. It's Brody Scheidemann again. He is off to the races. Just an absolutely beautiful run. 77 yards. We have a tied ball game. Now it's EK's turn again. Kaufman, he's going to pass to Stephen Jones. He does the dirty work with the yards after catch. He's yakking into the end zone, 14-7. Jennison tries to respond, but their pass, it's going to be picked off by Donovan Jones, and this play kind of shows how the rest of the night would go. East Kentwood would win big, 54-7, Jacob.
All right, Matt, and Sparta 2-0 for the first time since 2018 after a thrilling win over Wayland last week. But to stay undefeated, the Spartans would have to go through another 2-0 team tonight in Northview. We're going to take you to Spartan Stadium, where it was the school's annual Patriot game. The Spartans ran onto the field to thunderstruck, great tradition, but it was Northview who had all the energy early. After an interception, the Wildcats capitalized on a wide receiver pass. A.J. Johnson hooked up with the tight end Jack Van Pruin in the back of the end zone. After another pick by the Wildcats in Sparta territory at the end of the first, that led to a 17-yard touchdown from Jalen Gant. That would make this a 2-score game, and it wouldn't be the last time we would hear his name. Number one, he would find pay dirt for a second time with 4 minutes left before the half. And another 17-yard dash where he made several Spartans miss on the way to the end zone. The Wildcats, they had a 28-0 lead, and it might sound like a broken record, but Gant would add another touchdown later on in the first half. This one untouched, 57 yards for the score with a $1:30 left in the opening frame. The Wildcats' dominant road win. They take down Sparta tonight, 49-0. And up next, it's our 13 On Your Sidelines MVP of the week. He's going to be joining us live here in studio. Plus, Unity Christian travels to Forest Hills Eastern for a battle between two more undefeated teams. And we're going to find out if Oak Ridge could stay on top of the West Michigan Conference standings as they hosted undefeated Manistee. And as we head to break, we'd like to thank our food sponsor, Robinson Dental, for buying pizza for all of our in-studio guests.